Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Pardon while pardon any sync issues while I'm getting the screens right on this end. So far, it's remembering. And of course, I am just live on YouTube, but I do have my Twitch chat room open. So there's the link to that in the description for the channel. I think it even is underneath for the like this actual show. It's got a link to my Twitch. If you have a Twitch handle, you have a chat room. So mine is Nikki M. Carlin. That's just because some folks don't have YouTube, but they still want to enjoy the show and like talk at me. So that's why I've got that going on. John Rogers, glad you made it. How is it's got to be Tuesday because Gray does not upload on Tuesdays ever since 2025 kicked in, with one exception. And it's kind of starting to kick in, but at the same time, I was still waiting for 4 o'clock today. Like, okay, Gray's gonna upload, and then at about 4:30, it's Tuesday. Son of a so I like half of me is used to it and half of me is not. So that's I am it's weird because again it has been it's almost May now, and it's been going on for 4 full months, and I'm just still like half and half with it. But then watch him throw us for a loop and then one day upload on a Tuesday, and that will just F up my whole thing because I've been keeping track for I think November. So every single day when he uploads, I gotta check it against the notification time because it's like sometimes it's off 3 minutes. That's wild. If he uploads at 4 and I'm not getting a notification until 3 minutes later, that's a long time. And it's just a video. Like you can't do that for something like Quite Frankly, who goes live, so you have to be there. Frank's notifications have been a tad bit late this last week or so. Like a minute and a half maybe. So yeah, YouTube is having a little bit of issues. But oh hey, Dandy, how's it going? Like it's not stopping anything. Like just before this show, I was clicking on it just to tap it just to make sure it shows up. And like it wouldn't show me the chat room, it wouldn't show me the description. It just said like it had the thumbnail, and that was kind of it. Oh, King 40, what's up? And just like how there's just like blank spaces to fill in the information that wouldn't load. So I'm just sitting here stressing out thinking, do I have to like real quick like re-input the same information in Streamlabs real fast before it starts? But it's like, girl, calm down. I think I had like 45 minutes until I went live, and then I checked and it was fine. But I don't need that. And then if I am kind of sweaty looking, I apologize because oh a week or so ago, I just took the weather, like I moved it to a screen on my phone that I don't see every single day because I just don't care anymore. But I had to open up the window a little bit earlier the first time, in 2025, because it was like 81, 82 in here. That's it. It's 80 is the limit to be filming. Because like you feel the warmth, like I've got the fan on. So then I actually looked at the weather, and well, actually, what happened is I heard a dripping sound, like what's dripping, like not in my house. Pardon me, you can't see that, but I can. Is that rain? And I can't, get out of the room, and I'm not going to move anything around before I go live. So I looked at my weather app, and it's like it's raining, and it was at 27 Celsius. So that's up there. That's 80s, low 80s. It's a good temperature for me. I'm cool with it. King 40 sweaty chicks are hot. So it's just, I knew I was going to wear this shirt because last time it just did not want to focus on my Puma shirt. So that whole Monty Python thing, I was just like half in focus. So sorry. It's me and the camera had issues that day. I don't know what its problem is. So I'm wearing my, thicker shirt that's smaller, and I was just kind of about worried about sweating through that. But it's I got fans. I got my hair up. I'm just doing what I can. It'll be fine. It's not like I'm gonna be dripping down my face. I'm not gonna like get the sweat ring by the end of the show. It's not terrible like that. It just feels a little bit too much like summer, and I know it's not. I prefer it to be colder again, just for filming purposes. Plus, new development. I am now the proud owner of two heating pads since my knees fucked up, and I didn't want to have to choose between my back and my knee, and then I forgot the week before. So then, like this most recent time I went out, I remembered, and it's a smaller one, so I get to. That's why I want it cold too, because you can't lie on a heating pad when it's hot out. You're just gonna make yourself sick, just like physically ill. You'll have that sensation. Um, So yeah, so no, I don't have to choose. I can have that full one for my back and then another one on my knee. And I still cannot put weight on my knee. I go to the chiropractor tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be in. He'll stop like getting sick every I'm sick of him getting sick so often. It's like he'll be okay, and then he's like out for a month and a half, then he's okay for a couple weeks, and then he's out for a month and a half, and it's like, can you I know he doesn't like it. I don't like it either. um and I just don't know about that. Am I gonna have to start going every week now? Don't know, but uh just trying to keep track with my notes here. um I have decided, since I have been so sleepy due to the delete yourself depression, like I do have keto brains, and while that does give you an instant focus, this is not on them. This is what the depression does. It fades away so quickly. It's like it never happened, and I really can't afford to sit there and be drinking about 4 to 6 cups of coffee with keto brains in it daily just to be awake. Financially, that's insane, and that sort of defeats the purpose of jumping up to run to the bathroom when I've got a bad knee. So that's just gonna, do more harm than good. So I can't do that. So instead, what I can do, since I do have this, and I think I mentioned it before, is I'm gonna have to up myself to taking 400 milligrams of caffeine in the mornings, versus the 300 I'm on now. Um, Now last May, if there's dust on this, I'm sorry if it's showing. I had it flipped inside out and suddenly there's dust on it. I apologize. But back when right before I was going to do my week of live shows last May, I upped myself to 300 milligrams of caffeine. And I remember being very, agitated for at least, 3 days, maybe four. It was very unpleasant. I don't recommend it, but it got me the results I needed. It's just hard to get through the extra agitation when you're already agitated and have bad nerves as it is. So since it does make me more agitated, and the lion's mane and the keto brains makes me more agitated, I'm gonna have to cut out the keto brains for about a week, and then I'll be taking my 400 milligrams of caffeine. I haven't started on it yet. I didn't want to be jangly today. I've got an appointment tomorrow, but starting Thursday, I figure if I start Thursday, by Saturday, I'll be a little bit more evened out. Um, just so I can function when I'm not at the show. I can like do a little bit of stuff, and then I just get so stressed out. All I can do is just lie down with my eyes closed. I can't watch anything. I can't take notes for dark shadows. I can't do anything to entertain myself or distract myself from it. So to avoid, and that just makes you feel worse. So to avoid that, I'm just going to be taking, it's what I take now is a stacker, which is they used to be yellow jackets. They took out the ephedra. They're called stackers. That's 300 milligrams of caffeine right there. No, wait, swarms. Those are swarms. That's swarms. Now, Stacker 2 has 200 milligrams of caffeine in it. That's what I was taking before the 300. So I'll just take two of the twos for a week and get that in my system. because the only other alternative is what I did today, since I had one can of the Rockstar. It's like the Rockstar version of White Monster. It tastes exactly the same, except it has more caffeine and it's cheaper. And it's made by PepsiCo and not Coca Cola. So I had to smash one of those today just so I would not feel like just pure, like just ready to collapse and fall asleep until about 5 minutes before I started this. I can feel like shit all day long and then pull it together for 2 hours at 7 p.m. But I would like to feel less like shit and like get things done in that in between time. I hate this feeling of wasting time because it's just running out. So that's what I'll be doing in between the show and the next show. King 40 booze helps my agitation. Not good for focus though. Yeah, like I do have alcohol, but if I take a downer on top of being super depressed, I might eat my Soros revolver. I don't know. So I'm not trying to put us through that because we have stuff to do. I'm not a it actually has been a year since I drank anything at all. Actually, like a year ago, yesterday was the last time like I was never an alcoholic. I never had to. I'm not some pussy who couldn't stop. I never had a problem with alcohol. That just happened to be the last time I drank. And then I had a bad day the next day. And so I'm if I drink again, it's just gonna remind me of that. I don't want to be reminded of having a bad day, waking up hungover. So no. And I'm not, again, not an alcoholic. That's why I can't drink by myself. It's very hard to. I'm more of a social drinker. So all that's really going to do, it's like there won't be too much of a difference with what you see. It's just the what you can't see in the in between that I need to cheer myself up. King 40, yeah, I'm trying to not do that because it's all I think about. So it's like I should be used to it by now, but like this is just like last middle of November to middle of December. Except it seems to be lasting longer than a month. Uh I'm not. I used to be able. I'm not used to being able to think this much. I wasn't expecting. I cracked that open right after about 4 o'clock, and I've been sipping on it. I didn't want to smash the whole thing, because then that's another trip to the bathroom. It's nice to be able to think. Now those have like 240 milligrams, and it's a 16-ounce can. Versus if you get a White Monster, it's something like 150 milligrams and the same ounces. So you're better off getting Rockstar. So that's just going to help me out, and that just helps things get done behind the scenes because there's so much we need to do, and there's less than half a year left. Uh, but since I brought up Keto Brains, there's sort of been a slight update. So this most certainly is not an apology. I stand by everything I've said about them, good and bad. But what happened was I kept the email that I had the issue with that had that promo code, and I kept it starred so I can't lose it. So I went back to look at it and actually read it, and it turns out I made an error because what it said, it's something like, okay, first put in this promo code for 20% off, and then put in the second promo code to get the mug. Now, first of all, I'm not used to being able to use more than one promo code when I'm ordering stuff, so that, reading that threw me off. Lisa, glad you made it. But the other thing is, and I've been over this, how unreasonably frustrating it is to order something off of Keto Brains due to the pop-ups and that $1.95 thing you can't take off and you can't check out because it's got the little link to go to their Twitter account. It just, if I did not have to bounce back and forth so much and take like 2 or 3 hours just to order one bag of one product, maybe I wouldn't have been so stressed out, and I could have read that laundry list of instructions to get that cup. So like, yes, on the one hand, it is my bad because I missed that information, but the bigger bad is them making their website so fucking frustrating to order off of. And then Of course I have not heard back from that email I sent. Like they can't email me back and say, LOL, you did it wrong. They can't email me back and say, oh, I'm so sorry. I've heard like not one word from them. So now it's gotten to a point where when they do, if they do email me back, I'm going to tell them basically what I said to you, but I'm going to be super I'm not going to swear at them. But it's like, yeah, so sorry, that was my bad. But if it wasn't so frustrating to use that website just to order one product, if I didn't want to pull my hair out and swallow a fistful of Xanax after I order off of your site, maybe I wouldn't have been so frustrated. And I could have seen this A B C D E F G list of things to do. Just, you know what? It's not, again, I do not want the cup. Don't send it to me. I would give it away. Don't want it. It's the principle of the thing. And now it's a matter of the fact that how many weeks has it been? And they haven't emailed me back. 2 or 3. Vanderly uploaded. Vanderly has not done anything. He did Zombie Boy from Vanderly Veras. He's the one who did the Fashion of His Love Earthquake remix from March last year. That oh my god, this guy. Disease new version leaked 2025. Van Veras remix. Hold on, I'm not gonna play it, of course. I want to get the length. How long? They're never that long. 2 minutes 43 seconds. Okay, it's remixes he does it. It's not full songs, but okay. Thank you, Vanderly. So I'll have something to listen to. Great. Wow. But yeah, how many weeks ago was it? It's been like 2 or 3 now. I could get the exact date. Yeah. So it's just a very frustrating website to use, and then again like that back and forth frustration coupled with the fact I will have to be off of it while I'm upping my caffeine intake. I'm very reluctant to order a third bag because of the hassle. We'll see. We're very far away from that. It is a good product. There's just a lot of hassle in between. King 40 says Mountain Dew makes a good energy drink. It's regular soda does not have like a wild amount of caffeine in it. Lisa Gray says to King 40, I see you're dressed for the occasion. So yeah, my bad. That's half my bad. It's mostly on them. I cannot wait to send them a polite email about the situation. Because believe it or not, I can't do that. Like I can get through a conversation or an email and not swear. Uh, Oh, I don't know how I did this last time. I left this out. Terry Jones is an Aquarius. I mentioned everybody else except his sign. I feel so bad about that. Because after the fact, I'm like, wait, did I say it? And then I watched it back today. I'm like, I don't think I said it. I don't think I'm gonna say it here. I just like I said other stuff, but yeah. So sorry about that. Like, never mind when I misspoke. I'm just sorry about missing that one fact. That turned out so much better. That is getting a shit ton of views on my channel. I think it's just because it's Monty Python, but it's rare for a video to do better than my Dark Shadows complete series video, which just got over 3,000 views yesterday. That I'm never going to do better than that. That's my baby right there. But this most recent review, it's doing better than that. It's doing better than the Death Becomes Her review, the first one I did, and even that's got like 130 some odd views, so that's a lot. And I do want to say thank you. If I didn't say before, it's been holding strong at 230 subs, so thank you for that, you guys. And then something else stats wise. As of April 24th, my this is a new word, valid public watch hours. It's just like it's just under 2,300. You need 3,000 for them to think you're like somebody on YouTube, and then like 500 subscribers. I kind of don't even care about the subs. I'm more wild about like the time people are watching. That's so cool. So thanks for that too. Oh, okay. Now I mentioned before, it looks like Jay Dyer is doing a promo spot for Florida Man Coffee, and it was kind of weird to talk about that. So I actually went and looked it up because I was afraid this is true. That went out of business. I remember this time last year, well, like last June, when they were fucking up my glasses at Par Shower. I remember, waiting one of those times. I was sitting on my phone and they were having like a closing sale or something like that. Jenna, what's up? Glad you made it. So it's like, so I mean, like you can look up Florida Man Coffee Co. and there's like a website that does exist, but it is in no way affiliated with Gray Still Plays. So his, actual coffee company, I believe they did go out of business. And then you look at, there was some like Reddit thread, like stuff that comes up in a search. And somebody said what I was kind of thinking. It's like Gray's audience is not of coffee drinking age, so it didn't fly as far. He's got folks younger than him watching his channel versus Frank, who has people of all ages, and a lot of them are coffee drinkers. So under, like, I'm sorry his business, didn't work out. He's doing fine, it's not like he's got to, tighten his belt or anything like that. Just like, eh. So if you did go to look for that, that's got nothing to do with my dad. But something I thought was sort of, in a way, I kind of don't know how things work, but there's silly results. I'll explain. Oh, Jenna, cool. Been listening while eating dinner. Oh, what's for dinner? Food. So something must have happened with because I have a Capital One credit card, and for a while they were tied in with Walmart. But then I want to say earlier, like January or something, I noticed that their Murphy gas station was just shut down. Like nobody's working back there. They took down the numbers, took out the coolers. It's just shut down. So it's like, damn, okay. And then I think I got an email somewhere in the middle on Capital One's talking about like, yeah, we're not partnered with Walmart anymore, and they say their reasons. I don't care why, but they say why. F yes, Jenna said I made a pizza with onions today. Ooh, I was kind of thinking about getting onions on the last time I had pizza, and it stayed down. Uh, so it's like fine, they're not friends anymore. Whatever it happens. So then I get they're like, oh, by the way, you're gonna get a new card in the mail. It's like, fine. So they said it's the same, like I want to say it's the same account number and everything, but maybe the security number is different on the back, but it's still basically the same account, so I don't have to like change my number with any place I have recurring bills with. So it's like cool. I thought it was gonna be a hassle, and it's not. So whatever, activate it, cool, it's all good. I was a little bit worried about because that's the card I have my Gray Still Plays membership tied with, so I was getting really nervous, and it's like 22nd, 23rd, but it went through just fine, like nothing. So it's like, do I cancel? Do I sign back up again? What? Because I got my I think I already said it. I got my 6 month spleens the cat, so he's got a little purple bow tie. I had to take it's too small on my phone. I had to like make it big on the tablet and take a screenshot. But that's, I digress. Uh, I'll read in the chat room real quick. Lisa says Frank has half inebriated Siggy whiskey voiced aged housewife for super fans. I may or may not be one. Oh, cool. I like when a lady's voice has some character in it. King 40 said, you just described my dream girl, Lisa Gray. Like you hear a chick with some kind of rough voice, like this chick's got some stories. She's been some places. And then I told that motherfucker, just maybe not quite that rough, but anyway, what happens is the membership level for Gray Still Plays that I have, it's $3.99. To get the membership videos. The lower tier you don't get videos. The tier higher than that has extras I just don't need, like emojis and other stuff that I just is unnecessary. So I get the $3.99 version. After tax, it is $4.26. It's not bad. But that Capital One card gave me points. So before I would use my points, when it was still with Walmart, it would knock it down to 422. That's fine. So after this restructuring, and they explain how their systems work and their percentages, and I'm like, I really don't care, just as long as it works as a credit card. So what happens now is, it processes through, and I'm thinking, oh boy, when am I going to get that 4 cents? It takes like a day, 2 days. But instead of getting 4 cents off, I get 6 cents off of the $4.26. So what I end up paying for my Gray Still Plays membership is 420. I love seeing that. It just if it's probably because I've worked in that business before. Like I think one time I got my bill down to 69 cents just because 69, and I paid it, but just so that has to, if somebody ever pulls up my account, they see silly numbers for payments. So it just worked out that way. So that's cute. Jenna said, I'm a smokers and I'm a super fan. LOL. Nice. Dandy said, that reminds me, I need a shot and a smoke. LOL. I wonder what my voice would sound like if I didn't smoke out of a pipe, if I just smoked out of a bong. It's not gonna help it that much. My voice is not that rough. I just wonder about that. And then I did name this show today, the No Gray Tuesday. It sort of rhymes. Oh, Lisa Gray says you're awesome, Nikki. Oh, thank you. um that's don't get excited about things like that. One thing you will never see from me, one thing you've never seen from me, and something I'm very careful about reblogging on Tumblr is I do not celebrate days of the week. That is slave behavior. You're only concerned about these same 7 days repeating on a fucking loop, and your lives never go at it. And thank God it's Friday. Why? What happens on Saturday? I know this show happens on Saturday. There's nothing special about any day of the week. Like, I understand, people just mean it to say hello. Like I'm not shitting on you like that. Like, I understand being nice and all that stuff. But some people take it way too far. It's not your birthday, it's not your anniversary. Your child wasn't born that day. You didn't cure cancer that day. It is a fucking day that ends in Y. You need to calm the fuck down. And I say that, you don't see it in the chat room a lot. I'm not giving you guys shit. I really do see it more on Tumblr, where people have to post their out of touch Tuesdays and all this stuff that great posts, but they're celebrating the day of the week. And I don't condone that kind of slave thing. So no, it's no. For me, if I were to get really anal about my dates, they never repeat. October 11th, 1999, that's day one. October 12th, 1999, that's day two. And just on and on and on. I couldn't even tell you what day we're on now because no days ever repeat in my religion. So have fun figuring out the date, because you have to know what year it is in my calendar. And my year starts before you guys. You have to know where the sun is and how many days it's been since day one. So it's over here, 50-15, Sun in Cancer, year 13. Figure it out. So it's it kind of irks me on a religious level, but I get everybody's not the same religion as me. I understand that. But it's just that, because it just gets so annoying, when you're just scrolling through Tumblr trying to have a good time. This is a good post. You can't get rid of the extra shit. You can't save it, even though it just, sometimes if it's out of sync, they'll be post this picture of this cat on a Wednesday and it happens to be a Friday. Sure, I'll do it then because it's not the proper day. That makes it funny. But it gets so, and these people, I'm sweating like a pimp with one hoe. It just gets, and I know these folks are all younger than me. They probably don't even work 40 hours a week. So what the hell do they even care what day of the week it is? Lisa, yeah, this is real life. This is real life, but we're on the worst timeline. So that's okay. If it's worse, it can't get any worse for you. I'll put it that way. King 40, yeah, you have one birthday. That's it. That's why I celebrate my birthday on New Year's Day when it's nice out. And yeah, I did do a show on my birthday, but it was a Saturday. So it just, again, you don't see this on the chat, right? I don't see this in any chat rooms very much, really, at all. But it's just like when you go online, you see people posting, and it's because it never sinks in. Like they could post all day that it's Tuesday, and I would still be like, it feels like a Friday. So it just it doesn't sink in for me. I know that was a bit of a rant, but you're not gonna see. So if somebody tries to make a bot that posts like me, that's something Nikki does not do. It is kind of archaic too. That dates back to a time when people just worked through the week and did have the weekend off. We do not live in that kind of world any longer. So I don't understand the harping on it, especially when, like, say, so many folks lost their jobs 5 years ago. They didn't care what the hell day it was the day they got to eat. It's the day they weren't homeless. That's all they cared about. Get the old leg up. Now what happened? This is going to be a little bit odd. I'm going to say something now, and I'm going to circle back around to it because it's in the description that there is something, like big on the horizon for Franklies. And again, this is why you want to either go to the coffee meetings or watch them after the fact, because Frank brings up stuff there that just does not happen on, like, his Twitter or Discord or on the show proper. Holy shit, Jenna! I read today that UPS is laying off 20K people. Well, damn, it's just going to take me longer to get my keto brains. That sucks. So Frank mentioned that now he was saying that, like, the people who are support his channel monetarily and go to his Sunday streams, they already know about this. I'm not one of those people. This is the first time I was hearing about it. So what it is, Frank was saying that there's going to be something big coming up, and it's going to be like sponsored as something through Keto Brains. And he made it sound like it was going to be like some kind of meetup, maybe. He was being vague because it's not the official announcement about it. Um, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, I said, I think I said when and where. Thinking I wasn't going to get an answer. That's everything you said. Like, never expect an answer from anybody in a chat room, and then if they answer back, oh hey, wow, they noticed. But I never really expect an answer back. I can say anything I want, but and not hear dick. But I was like, yeah, when and where, and Frank was very accommodating. He answered me back because I wasn't asking for like specific details. I just wanted, like the month and the state. And he said it's going to be sometime in September. And I knew the second part that was coming, and it's going to be in New York, like not New York City, like New York the state. So that's an area quite large. That's all he could say, and I was like, wow, thank you. That's literally just the two pieces of information I wanted. Thank you very much. But he's not going to officially announce exactly what it is until May 9th. That's going to be a Friday. But he did also say it's going to be, it sounds like a limited meetup. Like, it sounds like it's going to be indoors, so you can't, say, have everybody come and there's only like a 500 people capacity. That's just, illegal and not safe, fire hazard. So I get it. That's all we know. So, like, this September 2025, New York State. So if you're alive and in that area, start to get hype for it slightly. And then let's see, not this week, next week. Next week, then you can get super excited when Frank announces it. I wish you would announce it on a Monday so we can talk about it. Why would somebody reply to me on Tumblr? That's not for talking to people. So just that's all we know. I'm just assuming like September in New York, Keto Brains is involved, a limited amount of people. That's all Frank has said. Everything else I've said is speculation. Oh, one to go to. Glad you made it. Jenna, I heard the layoff is due to tariffs. Oh, nothing coming into the ports. Okay, yeah, so don't order anything from outside of the lower 48 states. King 40, I know some people that work at UPS, not qualified workers. Yeah, I'm sure. You know, like what can Brown do for you? And they're the same color as the uniform and speak no English. Lisa Gray, my native culture goes by the moon months. Oh, not the days. Example this month is time for reindeer fun being bored. Oh, yeah, yeah, spring. Everything's being bored. Your kittens and everything like that. Oh, yeah, because isn't it when you go by the moon, you get 13 months? King 40, yeah, not saying all, just saying the people I know. Right, right, yeah. King 40 says he'll be there. Nice. Oh, Patrick, glad you made it. Says hi, Nikki and everyone. Hope you're all well. Doing okay. I'm just going to step over here and take a sip of my energy drink. Ah. Rockstar Pure Zero. Don't drink it. It's got sucralose in it that deteriorates your DNA. That's kind of why I don't want to get back on it. Plus, I gotta lift the motherfucking box and stutter. That's just more work for my knee. Like no more orange juice. I just completely scratched that out of my list of things to ever buy in the future. Because when I get it, it's a big ass, almost $11 jug. That's a gallon of it, and it lasts forever because it's orange juice and not milk. Oh, Dale, glad you made it. Now, last Monday, this is April the 21st at the Monday Frank's coffee meeting thing. This was the first time I heard that the Pope had passed away. I don't know if he died on Easter or the day after. From what I understood at the time, he did die on Easter. So I was like, wow, that's so satanic of them to kill the Pope on Easter. Because if you think he died of natural causes on that day, you have another thing coming. What's up, Michael? Glad you made it. Lisa, she's smoking the bong off camera. Oh, no, I can't. It's as slow as my pet is. I don't need to make it any slower. Oh, hey, check this out. Has anybody voted on this yet? I don't know maybe it's just not a popular poll. I don't know what, but in the description of this show right here, there's a link to the poll for May for the film to watch. Has everybody not voted yet, or is it just like not letting you vote? Because I don't know what's going on, if it's YouTube just giving me a hard time. Like it's only showing me three answers. Again, I know this is a new poll, but oh, one to go to. Glad you made it over onto Twitch. So that every Frankly is live on YouTube for No Great Tuesday. Yeah, everybody except that one guy. Look, man, the dude's got a family. Let him have some time off. He could have one day. I don't know. We'll get back to it. But right now, let me go over it since I brought it up. The poll for the film for us to watch in May is up. The options are Lifted from 2010, Capricorn 1 from 1977, Jabberwocky from 1977, and A Night at the Opera from 1935. That's the only one I have seen. The other ones I have not. So there's a pretty good chance I'll be watching a film I've never seen before. And then I can if you want I can pop it in the chat room. Just if you can't find it in the description, let me know. I'll throw it in there for you. Oh, I think I am gonna have to share this though. Okay, so Frank was saying that for May, the film club, the public film club, is the film The Prestige. I couldn't find it anywhere, but then hmm, it wouldn't have been the next day we were here. Maybe it was Wednesday. Anyway, Shane B. He helps me out so much. He dropped in. He emailed me a link to the Prestige. It took me to some website. Like I pressed on enough buttons to make sure it would play. It's just a website I haven't used before. It's free, but let me share this with you just so we can all get in on it because I don't support Frank's channel monetarily. Um, so this is the only chance I'm gonna have to get it on this film club. Is it gonna let me? Clipboard. Where's it at? Where's it at? This. That link right there. I got that from Shane B. That's the Prestige. So that's the one to watch because Frank does the review for that. It's gonna be Monday, May 19th after the show. So 9 p.m. We just go to a different live show that night. I'm sure he'll set up a separate. It's not like he's going to stretch out one episode of Quite Frankly for 3 hours. We'll have it separately, I'm sure. But so yeah, so you've got a few weeks to get that. Well, I'm probably going to do like what I do for my own channel and just like watch it the day before and take notes because I'm not going to remember it. But yeah, so there's that. I just want to figure out a way to get it to play on the TV so I don't have to watch on the laptop. I mean, I will because I have never seen that movie. And I know Frank just did spoil it like a week or so ago, but again, I can't remember back that far, so that's okay for me. Ooh, King 40. The Pope was kissing the Quran and Mooley's feet, so fuck him. Ooh, it's all shady. I can't trust a man in a dress like that unless he's like sashaying or happens to be fabulous in some kind of way. Yeah, Jenna, yeah, you can type your vote in the comments of the post if it does something weird, like make you select an option you didn't want. I don't know why YouTube's acting like that. Lisa Gray, I just told the hubby I want to watch Time Bandits again. It's been decades since I first saw it. Doesn't that have like some of the Monty Python boys in it? Dill, I watched The Prestige. It was okay. I just didn't love it as much as Frank. Haha. Yeah, it. Oh no, what if it's not a good dude, what if it sucks? We all just show up, like, wow. Frank's like, wow, nobody's talking, huh? Or like, yeah, we saw it. No, I'm sure it can't be all that bad. If it was one of his Hallmark movies, I'd been like, you know what? I'm better without. You guys have fun. So yeah, so there's that. It like all these movies Frank's mentioned, I swear it's like every so often I'll make sure they have one say on Tubi and put it on my list to watch, and then never end up watching it. Like was the Illusionist one? It doesn't matter. We've got it there to watch, so we can all get in on it. Cause I don't know where else to watch it. Somebody did suggest going to the library, but with the knee issue, and then I got to return it, so that's just extra hoops and extra just that I just don't need. Jenna says I don't always get Frank's sense of humor. Like I like what is he does have a super dry sense of humor sometimes. It totally slays me. Like he could be funnier. He's got that in him, but if you start being funny, people expect it all the time, and suddenly you're just a clown. So I'm sure he doesn't want to fall into that character. Michael said it's good. Even the set and settings are worth a watch. Oh, cool. And it's not that old. It's from like 2006. That wasn't terribly long ago. Yeah, sometimes Frank. Well, I'll mention it when we get to that show. It's that week. But he did say that for the July film club, that's that's for people that pay. I won't be in on it, but it's gonna be a Bronx Tale. I want to see that. I've never seen it. And that's when he said he was gonna maybe be off on April the 22nd. So yeah, last Tuesday. Yeah, he mentioned me because he brought up keto brains, and I was saying how it's good, and Frank's like, yeah, Nikki's a tough critic. Like, yeah, I can. Fortunately, I'm in the position to be honest because I'm not affiliated with them, so I like that freedom. I just wish I had more good things to say. But that was a good Monday show. Was that the show we were at? Like, I kind of don't mind this because of the frame of mind I've been in for the last month. But Frank was asking something like what's your saddest story? I don't think he meant it like to get into a conversation. It was a little bit too early to be that sad. But it's like, holy shit, we're getting into the heavy stuff. It's not even noon yet. He'll be asked like it's a deep question, but I don't know if it's a like a before noon question. That's kind of rough. We still have to get through the rest of the day. I like it though. Jenna, I guess I meant to say the things that make him laugh doesn't make me laugh off. But yeah, some of it is like gross out humor. I don't get. I don't like when he starts the show with the one fella like being physically ill. If you do, like that's not my kind of a thing, since that's my reality now. If you're gonna put something like that in the show, wait until like people have had their pants off for a little while and they can't run away, because somebody might see that and be like, "Oh fuck that! This is not the show for me." If this is all, because if you see it at the start, what's to stop you from thinking like every single bumper is gonna be like that for 2 hours and then they fuck off out of there? Like I don't know his analytics, but that's just me personally. I know I know when I see the start of a pattern. It's like my everything okay's alarm stopped going off. What's wrong here? King 40, I hate Bronx Tale. Chaz Palminteri shitting on his own for moolies. Oh, that's not good. Wait, is it a Bronx Tale? I don't know if this is it, but Franco played that clip, and it's nighttime, and it's some guy doing a voiceover talking about like how he's kind of romanticizing the sounds you hear in the neighborhood, and then you just see this car driving by with the passenger door open and the girl walking. Marie, get in the fucking car! Come on, baby, I love you. Just get in the fucking car. Like, is that a Bronx Tale? I want to see that because that clip cracks me the fuck up every single time. Michael, I like De Niro's dad role in Bronx Tale. That's that movie. I want to see that movie. Marie, come on, baby, I love you. Just get in the fucking car. You pad off. The tone shift is incredible. Frank always seems to do this. If you haven't been paying attention, I didn't realize I was, but as I'm getting more into clothing, pardon any lag, please don't freeze. Michael, very good impression. Nikki, oh, thank you. Yeah, I haven't seen it in months. Every time it cracks me up. Every time, even though I know what's coming. But what Frank did, he like to completely different shirt. Don't remember what he was wearing before, but he was wearing like a dark gray long sleeve shirt. Couldn't see the tattoos. Awesome. That's when my pen died. Holy shit. Maybe it's taking 9 pages of notes every movie that does it. This was the one. The guy got whacked on the head in the church blessing. So I guess he was really feeling the spirit of the Lord. If you get like whacked so hard that you're like literally seeing stars, like Roger Rabbit. They're getting, this was before we watched Monty Python, but like the monks bashing themselves in the head after they do that Latin chant. Jenna said, I wish he'd play the bendy leg dancer, the black man that was like 8 years ago. That sort of sounds right. You might have to send him an email like, hey, Frank, play that guy again. What guy? You know the guy. Oh, shit. Here we go. Yeah, Monday's show. Yeah, King 40. Oh, yeah, I do have the, sorry, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I do have the phone. I'll have it on in a minute. I have the phone number in the description. It's 419-359-8869. And then let me turn up the volume. And I'm sorry if it does a thing where like it doesn't tell me you called until after that. I don't know why it does that. Okay, Vanderly uploaded. Wow. So Timothy Gordon was on. Is this the setup he had before? I want to say this is new, but like maybe he had it before, but he just did not have this issue because what he does, he's got to have his electric Deus vaults. And like, I don't think that's very worshiping Jesus. I think it's more worshiping the electric company, but he's got a sign on each side. Oh, phone call. Answer. Oh, hello? What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I know this is like long after the fact because you've already done a video on it, but I just wanted to, ask you personally, here to here, Runaway Train. You liked it, right?
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie.
It is.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Like, it really is well paced. Like, it doesn't have any slow spots. It doesn't, like, I was with it the whole, I kind of wanted it to be longer. It was good.
It was really good. Ain't Manny like one of the greatest movie characters of all time?
Manny does not fuck around. He's one of those like quiet dudes who just like gets the shit done. But you know the part when like his friend was gonna stab him, but Manny's just standing there. Like Manny was not gonna strike first. He was waiting to make that second. Like he was waiting for the other guy. He knew what he was doing, but then his friend didn't attack him. So like he was on top of it. Those 3 years in solitary made him sharp.
Yeah, I was raised by people like Manny. I guess that explains a lot about me, right?
I would say so. That's your either you would like based your character off of that dude, or like when you watch a movie and you're like, holy shit, they must have heard about me because this person has too many of my characteristics. Like it must have been like that for you.
Yeah, well, I think he was like a righteous guy at heart. Even though, I don't know exactly what his crimes were, and I don't condone crime, but I think his heart and his motivation was good.
You know what? He robbed that bank in Reno or something for like $3 or $4 million. He was just a robber. He wasn't like killing people.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
still,
killing people is more good.
Yeah, the robbing people is not, but we don't condone that.
No, I don't condone that either. But some people. What are you gonna do? I never robbed nobody, nor would I. But I'm talking about his whole mindset there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was focused. He had his eyes on the prize, and like he said, I'm not going back. Like he'd rather die than go back. I'm thinking, yes, I was with him. Like that kind of mentality, like that do or die. I was with him.
Like when the rapo there, when he couldn't make it across, and like he pushed out, and then Manny goes, "I'm doing it. It's all up here, kid." Pointing to his head. It's all up here. And what did he do, Mickey? He said, "I'm doing it," and he fucking did it.
He just poured his
liquor. As far as jumping that car.
Yeah, he just poured that liquor on his hand, just ran out there, didn't give a fuck. And then, like, he knew he was done when his fingers were gone, so his next goal was to take that dude out with him, and he totally did.
And he did. And, I can almost, like, understand the warden as well.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
because two people
If
broke
that
out, made
makes
him.
sense.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, too. No, I said I could almost understand the warden as well, if that makes sense.
It does, because two people broke out on his watch, so he looks like a bitch who can't control all of his, inmates. So he's gonna go back looking like the biggest fucking pussy loser if he would have went back at all. So either way, he was gonna lose, but he lost Manny's way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wasn't that great when the warden stuffed that geek's face in the toilet?
I thought he was gonna kill him. I was like, dude, are we gonna see a murder?
Oh, he was pissed. That little dweeb, like, talking like he was a tough guy, and then he got him in the bathroom. He's like, all right, you're a tough guy. You're going to back up your words. Let's go.
Yeah, he was badass when he was around his buddies, but he got by himself, and he didn't know who he was fucking with.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I kind of thought you would. Wasn't sure, but I talk about it. It's a very obscure movie. Not a lot of people know about it from '85, and I've read online some people say that movie should have never been made and it ruined John Voight's career. I beg to differ.
Oh man, he's still going strong,
Maybe,
man.
yeah, I mean, maybe it ruined his career in the eyes of certain types, if you know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
But
Convicts, yeah.
not to us real people.
Right. Well, it's like when people make a war movie, real veterans will be like, "Yo, that wasn't real. Fuck this movie." So like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you doing? Everything's good.
It's good. Whenever I'm live, everything is perfect. It's all about these 2 hours from 7 to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Well, listen, next up, I want to thank you for taking my call. I want you to do me one big favor.
Sure.
You take care of yourself. You understand me?
Oh yeah, I have to. I've got it. There's
No,
nothing. There's nothing to do but go through
the
it.
Knicks around. We need the Knicks around. I want you taking care of yourself.
I am.
We need the Knicks.
Most of what I do is focused on the Franklies, so I can't forget about you guys. I'll be here.
All right. You take care of yourself. We'll talk again.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. I'm glad the audio works out so well. Just holding the thank you, King. Just by holding the phone up to the thing that listens, the microphone. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Runaway Train, like watch the movie. It's after the fact I realized there's a song called Runaway Train. I was like, oh, maybe you think people thought I was talking about a song for 2 hours. I don't know. But yeah, it's because there's are so many. It's not anything I had come across before. Oh, Jenna could hear well. Good. Yeah. Thank you. Good. But I remember like way back in the day. Was it like 1998 when Anaconda came out? I just remember he had been through it, so he was not scared. I think he had a scar on the side of his face. Everybody else is scared. He's just sitting back and just like I can't remember too much else about it. That was the first time I saw him. Like, dude, this guy is tough as shit. And then he's like a Capricorn on top of it. Pretty sure. Cappy, John, no H. I was talking about John Volts one time and I called him John Voight by accident. Yeah, December 29th, 1938. Yeah, Capricorn. So what Timothy Gordon has, it's one of his lights. It's more orangey. He can. Nobody tested this. This is why there's a problem there. He can hang up his lights and make it look all professional, but then he doesn't test his own setup. So there's issues going on behind the scenes. But what happened is that orange light was just flickering constantly on the surface of his desk so much that like you cannot look at a flashing light like that Nobody can. I can't. So like hat on, not looking at this bullshit. And then at one point he went handheld, so it got even worse. Then we got shaky cam, and we could see his shaky floor. Like I'd rather see the ceiling where there's no light. I'd rather just see up your nose and just it you can afford, again, you can afford these two lights here and whatever the electric bill is and the lights on the floor, but how much does a phone stand cost? And like what, how much caffeine are you on that your hands are shaking like that at that time of night? Dial it down a gram, get a phone stand, check your equipment. He's a big enough deal to know to do these things. There's no excuse. And he was a guest. I don't even want to know what he's like on his channel. Michael, yeah, John Bolt has more to say than John Voight. I know that's right. Michael said, who are characters that hit too close to home? I tell you what, way back in 2003 was the first time, of course, I was a completely different person back then. 2003 was the first time I ever saw Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I think that's when I was really sort of starting to get into Audrey Hepburn because I just did not know about her growing up. And I had never seen a character so much like myself, just sort of. I don't mean like flighty in a negative kind of way, but like she just wants to like just get through life and party, not have any attachments, just good times and dressing nice. And she's got a cat and it like sings a song. It just like that, like just that whole feel to it. Like the book doesn't quite have that feel to it. It's like the book is actually based a little bit more in like the 50s, and then I didn't get to finish it. But from what I read, it was all right. Like I know what the character is supposed to be, but the way Audrey Hepburn plays her, so that, and again, that was 2003. That movie always makes me cry, and I always forget, at the, like, spoilers for Breakfast at Tiffany's at the end when she finds the cat because she lets him out, then she like picks him back up. She realized she made a mistake and it's raining, and then the music swells up and Henry Mancini and Moon River and all that. I always forget, it makes me cry. But I did. They played it in the regular theater one year in my town. I forget what year it was. So I have gotten to see that film in an actual real theater. And then I started crying like sooner than I would have. I forget what year that is. I remember that now. It's coming back to me. Wow, memories. I want to see My Fair Lady in the theater. Oh my god, I love that so much. But yeah, so Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's, 1961. But then after my friend passed away in 2014, I became, now I have like this other character since 1997, just from Final Fantasy VII. I know there is other backstory for this character. I don't quite consider that canon, like his first name. And like there are a couple of like Vincent Valentine spin-off games that have him in it. I have seen just the cutscenes. Love those to death. I'm talking about Professor Hojo from Final Fantasy VII, the video game. Like black hair, glasses, lab coat, Gemini. Um, I'm not going to give away like the details of it because that would literally spoil the whole game. But like one of the most evil and wisest characters in the game. Of course, he's a villain, so he makes his mistakes. Um, yeah, so I went from a Holly Golightly to Professor Hojo in about a couple of weeks, and just have can physically see my old self dying and becoming that. Because when you lose too much, um, an old part of yourself literally has to die so you can continue to live. And I was like going through that. Lisa Gray, when she was young adult, my mother quite resembled Audrey Hepburn. Do you have pictures? Oh my god. That is so awesome. Do you guys know anybody who looks like somebody famous? I like my chiropractor sort of resembles the dad from Home Alone. And then like my best friend growing up has the same birthday as Sean Bean, so they have the same jawline. But like I wouldn't say they look the same in the face; they just have the same jawline. But like I'd say like don't know anybody. Like dude, you could be like, do you ever get mistaken for? Like I don't know anybody like that. I don't know. Like does Frank walk down the street? Oh my God, you look like the 10-second songs guy. Yeah, so I don't know what the FPS, whatever it is, on Timothy Gordon's camera. It just cannot handle those orange lights. He needs to get that shit together. And his microphone sounded bad. It sounded like it was too close. And he does purse his lips like he's going to kiss us. Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to give us a duck face? That he's done that for years. It's super creepy. That guy really does creep me out. Didn't care for that. And then Tuesday I was talking about Coachella. I guess what she's doing Gaga's doing a couple of promo tours before like the proper Mayhem Ball begins. So like she did one in Mexico City. Can't quite find it online. You can find bits of it, but from what I've heard, it's basically just. Oh, Lisa Gray, we'll post on Gilded for you. Thanks. I mean, you can tag me. You don't have to. Nikki. I'm Carlin there. Like the promo tours that she's doing, it's just three of them, but I've heard it's basically the same as the set at Coachella. So like, I'd be super pissed off to just like see like Coachella for basically free, and then have to pay to see the exact same concert. Michael, that's Timothy Gordon. Lizo's got to push his lips out. Like I know Frank is sexy, but don't make your I want to fuck face at the man while he's speaking to you because we can see that. Wednesday. Here's Frank. I don't know if it was the same shirt because I can't. This was like okay. The difference between Monday and Wednesday is about 3 or 4 days, so I can't remember that. But there was Frank again in a dark gray regular T-shirt, not long sleeve. Okay, different shirt. King 40 and Nikki. The Nixter is good people. Oh, thank you. I do my best to be fair, but then I can't hold. I've got 3 planets in Libra. If you know anything about Libra, if something has to be said, it's coming out of their mouth, whether you're gonna love them for it or hate them for it. They're saying like the words are already out. It's too late. I cannot hold it. Like it physically hurts sometimes. Aww. Oh, but yeah, this is what Frank was saying. May 19th is a film club, but he told a little bit a story about Pam, Madame Zadalza. She was the one. If you were there, she was in the chat room with us mowing her lawn, but then she left and never came back. So like we formed a search party, but all we really did was party, and we were kind of worried for a little bit. But I guess she just like left her phone there and like walked up the street to the store, so it was fine. Elisa Gray concurs wholeheartedly with King. Oh, thank you. You got to balance out the good with the bad. But I guess Pam just had a certain way of putting things that's like Frank gave us an example. But this was back because it said like every 2 or 3 they keep electing old popes, so like they drop dead every 2 or 3 years, so we have to go through the whole like new cycle and the smoke thing. But apparently it's I guess Pam's husband was just hollering, just like, oh hey, they chose a new pope. So Pam turns to Frank and says, Frankie, go see who the new pope is. I have to get the clothes out of the dryer. Like, I want to know, but it can wait. You can't have wrinkled clothing. I get that. I line drive my shit. Totally with that. She should still be with us. She did like her and Frank's dad did a show on Ustream, and I caught it like two or three times. It took them 2 nights to watch this movie. It had Sharon Tate in it. Like if we could find it again, like I know it was shot in France. I sort of remember the plot of it, but like some of those comments that they made during it, it was great. Jenna said I gotta leave for now. Might be able to check back in a little bit later. Oh, cool. That's all right. We'll be here. If not, the show should stay up. I don't plan on saying anything that would get it taken down. Ah, okay. Wednesday. That's when Methods was on. M3THODS. So it's not like just the word. But this guy, like, I realize he does other stuff, but I know him from the chat room. At quite frankly, there was a time, it's been some years, but where he was there to just regularly, and I could just speak to him like I would talk to any of you guys, and then he just wasn't around for a while, and then like I heard maybe he was sick, and in that situation, it's so kind of awkward to get information because on the one hand you don't know if it's real, you don't know it's a rumor, you kind of want to reach out, but then like what if reaching out, what if it's so serious just reaching out, I don't want to talk about it, I'm going through it, it's like I'm sorry, I was just kind of just wanted to know, I just sorry I cared, but so I don't know. And again, like I didn't really like say know this guy well enough to be in his DMs like, dude, are you really sick? It's like, fuck you, I'm in the hospital, like I don't know. It just, so I just heard he was sick, didn't know what it was. But it does sound like whatever it is, he's gotten it together. I don't know if it was like health or mental or like family or whatever. But he sounds okay. And he was on the show. He has like this. It wasn't like him. We couldn't see him. We could just hear him. He's got like this like hoodie guy visual thing. It kept like doing like whenever he spoke, like the audio, like that was like covering his face. So I kind of didn't need that movement on my screen. But he's a gamer. He mentioned like stuff that he does, and one of the things that he mentioned is like, yeah, because I'm I don't know, 30-some-year-old guy that plays video games. It's just like that's okay. That's we grew up with that. That's totally cool. So like he's a gamer. And then he was saying there was some person that would talk about him, but they couldn't pronounce his name because they were, probably too old to say the word, so they called him M3 Thods. I'm sorry they said his name wrong. Like I hope they like he made a joke out of it, but it's sometimes you can make people fun of people's names, but that's quickly it crosses a line more quickly online and can come across as insulting. Oh, right now there was a clip of like these two ladies were in a car accident in Australia or New Zealand. Like they had those kind of accents. Maybe they were Aussies, but they both spoke, like they both said the exact same thing at the exact same time, the exact same way. Those are just twin NPCs. There's nothing wild about that. It's just an NPC twice. Oh, John Rogers said that Methods was in some of the Q posts. Holy shit! Like they were talking about Methods. Wow. Like I know he does other stuff. I just couldn't say what. My scope is just quite frankly. I wish like I want to know what he games. Like does he play is he playing Grand Theft Auto? Is he playing Doom? Is he what? Call of Duty? I can't believe I forgot this. I know Frank has said this before. I forgot, and then he said it again. So I remembered that we must have been talking about the Fatima miracle because Frank said that his dad's dad, so Frank's dad, Anthony, his father, that might be the one Frank resembles because Frank does resemble one of his grandparents, but like never mind that part. Frank's dad's dad was stationed in North Africa. His name was also Frank. I swear I knew that. I forgot, and that like I knew that. I knew that. Of course. So like Frank's named after somebody named Frank. Is that the Frank that he looks like though? I wonder. I wonder about that. Now I want to know. I might have to ask him. John Rogers, they posted Method's tweets. That is so cool. Now, I swear we must have got, I should have written down the question because I could have sworn maybe the question was something about like a story, something about like going home again, or maybe he was just getting philosophical about how, like, they say you can never go home again, but like asking if anybody has. Of course, I can't remember back that far. I just wrote down what I wanted to talk about. Because what happened was when I was most of the time when I was growing up, it was just in one place. It was like maybe it was supposed to be a two-person house, but it was split. So like one like the guy who owned the house lived on the bottom, and then we lived upstairs, and that's just, there was backyard, front yard, neighborhood, all that stuff. But one of the interesting things was like I couldn't really tell because the folks I lived with were just basically hoarders, just all this shit in the way. But there was in the one bedroom, like the parents' bedroom, there was a closet. You could go in, and it immediately made a hard right turn, and hung stuff up, whatever. But then if you walked out of that room and walk into the living room, there's another closet, or if you open that door, it's a hard right turn. So it's basically that those closets are. I always thought there was a wall there growing up, but they were connected. It's just like one big shared hallway, or closet space. That's it. We moved out of there in the late 90s. As far as I know, the building is still there. So then jump ahead to like, ooh, 20, not 20, but well, like 2001, 2002. I was hanging out with like some work friends and then their friends. And we're just like, I don't know if we were like not hard partying, just like kicking it, smoking, drinking a little bit. And I didn't know these guys. It was like the friends of a friend's. And like, yeah, man, me and my buddy, we just got this apartment over in, we were in a different town. They're like, yeah, it's over in Sandusky. I'm thinking, oh, cool, I live there. Like, awesome. What street's it on? And they said it's on Taylor Street. Now there's two Taylor Streets in the town that I know of, so it's like, they could. I don't know anything about the other one. I just know about most of the one that I grew up on. So I'm thinking, oh, it could be across town, and I don't know. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. And like, I don't think I was like gonna ask the address. That's a little bit too like stalkery. Like, I'm not gonna tell you my address, but they were maybe explaining the color of the house. Cause I think it was gray when I lived there, like super light gray, or they might have put like super like light tan siding on it. It was something like that. They're like, yeah, it like gravel driveway, and you go upstairs, and there's a secret passage. Like, secret passage? I've never heard about a secret passage in a house before, like not in real life. Like, oh, where does it go? So I was into this story. They're like, yeah, it's so cool. Like, if you go into the living room, there's a closet, you go in, and you turn to the right away, and then if you open the door, you're in a bedroom. And I'm like, wait. And I forget exactly what I said. I'm like, does the address happen to be, and like I said it, and they might have been like, "Oh my god, how do you know?" Like, I grew up in that house. I'm glad white people were living there, but because the other end of the block got kind of criminally. But like, how I'd never how like it's that's never gonna happen again. I haven't lived in like that many places for that to happen, but like I literally spent most of my life in that spot, and just for them to just think of it as this cool place that had a secret passage, like I never thought of it that way. I wish I would have thought of that way when I was living there. I would have like liked it more. I mean, I didn't know any better. That was basically the only home I knew for most of my life. Well, that was so wild. Just to like, here's these random ass kids that I only know because I just happen to work at a place. Like, I've never seen these. Like, they were cool. Like, like not weird or nothing like that. Just some, early 20s, guys. But that is so cool. I don't know if they're still there. I don't remember their names. I hope they didn't wreck up the place. But just like, wow, of all houses to move into, good for you guys. That's a real thing that happened. Oh, and this one was it was like some girl in the UK had like she took like a balloon, like a helium balloon, and wrote a note and just let it go off in the air, and then it happened to land in like another like a town a few towns over. And the girl that found it had like the same last name and the same like looked just like her, like they could be sisters or something like that. It was very odd, but they did have the same like first name. Lisa Gray. Lisa Gray said, "Yeah, and they have the same dad." That's a terrible way to find out your dad's a slut. Why'd your parents get divorced? Well, it all started with a balloon. Lisa, hey, it's 4:20 my time. Oh, when you're like sitting here sweating like me, it would help to smoke because then you just don't notice how warm it is. It's humid. It's not. It can't be hot. But Frank did play a clip. I don't remember what happened in the clip because we could see Lenny and Louise, the lava lamps, who are no longer with us, RIP. It's like, aw. They both had silver tops and bottoms. Louise was all pink, and then Lenny was blue, like a light blue. Larry's Xanax, too much Xanax. Oh, now Frank's told this story before. He just told it again to us on Wednesday. But you've heard Matt McCat doing his like "I'm gonna come" one of those like silly voices that he does, like he sends it in a voicemail to Frank randomly. Like Frank has played that before. But what happened was for uh yeah, Matt McCat. Okay, what happened was Frank was going to take that and send it to somebody else. And like he typed in the letter D to send it to I forget who, like maybe Derek. I think he's got a band member named Derek. But for whatever it went to D Live, and before he could realize it, he had hit send. He's like, no! So all D Live got was a message saying I'm gonna come. So Frank sent them an email back like dude, I am so sorry that was meant for my friend, and just um uh, I forget exactly what he said. If D Live like they either did answer him back or they never did. Like they might be afraid to speak to him now. I like every so often I'll see those again on Tumblr. Like it'll be like some like nothing really offensive, just some silly stupid picture. But then somebody's like, "Yeah, I sent that to my boss," and then it's or like something like somebody will be in Discord and it looks like somebody just has their elbow smashed on like the apostrophe key for like 3 lines, and then the person comes back in. I'm so sorry, my cat was laying on my keyboard, but like in the meantime, everybody has responded back like, "Oh yes, that's so true. I agree." Uh-huh. Yeah. If you go to the Wednesday show, I wrote down 8:24 p.m. if you want that story about Matt McCap. And then somebody asked me if they could post Methods links to his channels, and I was like, you can, but YouTube will block it. So before he left, I just went to look for it, and Methods had something. It's called allmylinks.com, and that's what it is. It's like all my links slash methods, and it's all of his links. So ever since then, I've been thinking about doing that myself since I've got so many accounts everywhere, but it's kind of up in the air. And then Edward Renaissance said doppelgang bang. Very German. Thursday was Eric Hunley. This was the dude with globes. He had a globe up at the top of the shelf. He had a globe, a smaller one, the next shelf down. There was a globe over here. At least three. What's on the other two that's not on the one? Why so many? Like, are there like does he collect them? Like three is a bit much. Don't quite know what that was about. Sea Monkey Meadows said 5 nights at Franklies. Great reference. Oh, this is what it was. Eric Hundley knows about the Garfield assassination of the president, not the cat. He's fine. But President Garfield, he basically died. It wasn't the bullet that did it. It's just that doctors would not wash their hands back then, like how people don't now. So he basically died from infection. But like, I want more details about that. Lisa, yeah, his globes were on flat surfaces. Is that what he's telling us? Like, hint, hint. I mean, you could swap one of those out for a lava lamp, but I don't know. Oh, and they showed a picture of this. I've never seen this before, but it's like the newspaper from when McKinley was shot, and there's like another like guy there. It looks like what happened is the assassin tried to grab his dick, and then shots were fired. So you just could not be gay like that in what was it, like 1901. So that's why that happened. Oh my God, Sloan Bone. Uh, Trying to think of his real name. David Sloan Bone, the guy I call Sloan Bone. I guess he's gonna be a grandpa in August. So holy shit! I guess for the first time. So wow, I like he does have grown children in their like 30s. So that is so cool. And then Frank mentioned this sort of, but he didn't quite. I Something about go outside and create real experiences. He doesn't realize that's an option for everybody. So I was thinking we create our own reality online while connecting with others. So like yes, it's just a screen and it's just text and avatars, but there's more to it than that. And it's never the same. Like one day in the chat room is not going to be like the next day in the chat room. It's always changing. It's always evolving. It's its own living, breathing thing. Just the way a fandom can be its own thing, separate from the thing that they're fans of. Like how Little Monsters have to fix Lady Gaga's albums ever since for over 10 years now. They do the work. They put in the effort and the time, probably for free, and do it better than the professionals. I think that's why I like fans so much. The way they can like get it together the way other people can't. And then this is a clip that Frank has played before. I kind of wish I would have gotten to Prince more when he was still with us. Like I totally dig the color scheme that he's into. But this was it's some awards show. Prince gets up there to get his award. Dandy loved the chat. I'd same. Franklies are the best. But Prince is standing up there and he's like, it's okay to get on the internet, but don't let the internet get on you. It's like there's a battle going on, and it's a battle of it's in the mind. I don't know how old that clip is, but it is based AF, and that's true. That's the same thing as like you do the drugs. Don't let the drugs do you. It's one thing if you say want to go out drinking every weekend. It's another thing if you have to, or you get the shakes. So don't become its bitch. You're the one in control. So like, oh, again, I've been on this before. These people complaining, I need a break from the internet. It's just too like no, you're just too stupid to click off of stuff that pisses you off. You need a break from being a dumbass, but there's no way to remove your brain. So what's up, B Chat? Glad you made it. Yeah, we have real experiences in digital spaces. Cannot do these kind of things in real life, unless it's what 1987 at a 7-Eleven at 2:30 in the morning. Oh, beach chap, yeah, a reload if it will let you. YouTube's been acting weird. Don't be weird, YouTube. Do you know how busy May and June are? Just holiday wise, and then there's I gotta tell you more about the May schedule. I'll get to that when I finish up Friday. Oh no, the 24th was my 6 months with being a membership to Grace Still Plays, so the little purple bow tie and spleens. Yeah, that's when Frank was saying that the Monday show, yesterday's show, was at 7:30, and then Jim Lee was supposed to be on, and he was off on Tuesday today. Today is Frank's wife's birthday. And while he seems to get so upset about getting older, she just does not seem to care about her birthday at all. Like it's just a regular day. Lisa Gray said she can't see B chat. Make sure you're on live chat. Even I forget to do that. Pardon me. This dude showed up named VLC Aquascapes. That's Kurt P. I don't know, like Kurt, second word, just the letter P. That's him. He has not been around for a minute, so he's coming back around. Glad to see that. The guest that night was wearing a white shirt, so a hat on, too bright, couldn't see. Not gonna say the fella's name. I'll get to why in a moment. Maybe I don't know exactly why this came up, but one to go to, yeah, what's better than Top Hat chat? Live chat, of course. I'm gonna have to start wearing the hat, even though I sweat. I'll be sweating through it and ruining it this summer. But FAP speed run any percent. And then something happened. I don't know exactly what does this. I got an. Like Frank's not gonna tell me. I'm not a tech person. I got to figure it out myself. Just from what I see happening, but something happens when Frank takes calls. I don't know if like it's not the 0269 number. It's one of the other new number. He has two new numbers now. I've got to save. But I want to say when he has one of those second numbers opened up, like it always fucks up the audio. It comes in like slowly, like regularly, and then it happens more regularly to the point where it's happened in almost every sentence. When somebody's talking, it happens to the guest, it happens to the caller, it happens to Frank. Sometimes it lasts for the whole rest of the show. I thought I was going to have to mute it. It might have been better if I did, considering what I heard later. Yikes, beach apps, shivering cold weather conditions. Was raining here as well. All good. See, it's warm here, but we got rain. Warm is in at 27 Celsius earlier on. But I brought this up before, and Frank did bring this up on the show, or maybe the guest did, but it came up that most people are emotionally stunted. And your chronological age does not mean as much as you think it does, and it means almost nothing online. Again, like all these people, like all this trolling stuff behind the scenes drama that was happening, and it was 100% people older than me. Like I was in my like mid 30s at the time, and these people are at least 50 or a couple years older than me, but they're mentally in high school. I don't deal with that. I don't put up with that. So that's why I never ask an age. Like I want the month of the day for the astrology thing. I don't need to know the year. I can figure it out by the way you type, but by the whole everything. I've been in chat rooms long enough to have that. It's like having gaydar. You can figure out who's gay. You can just figure out where people are from and stuff like that. So like a 30-year-old who's been online for 10 years is above a 60-year-old who's been online for 2 years. You've only got your experience online is what matters. Your real life experience means almost dick. And then some people can't deal with, like, they think they should instantly get respect because of their age. Doesn't work like that online. You have to earn it. And that's why some people don't like it. Because you have to work here. Yeah, so if you go to the Friday show, quite frankly, go to about I wrote down 8:30 because that's the timestamp I had at the time. I'm not gonna repeat exactly what was said. I never want to hear it again. But a line, something was said involving a 9-year-old. Now, I say something. I'm not going to call it a joke because it would only be a joke if a comedian told it. And this fella has never told a joke that I've heard. So if you're not making me laugh, you're not a comedian. You're just a guy saying words. So here's this guy saying words and just said something I found very inappropriate, again, to say about someone who is underage. So there I was at 8:30. I had to run to Twitter so fast and unfollow that guy and unlike because I'd liked a couple of tweets and I'm like, no, 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 I don't want any to get that away from me. Don't touch me. I don't mess around with those people. Those are the wood chipper situation. No, that was not cool. I don't want to see that person back on the show again. What the hell's been happening? Like we couldn't get through a whole week, and then that had to happen right there at the end. But it's something like again maybe a comedian could say, and it would be funny. That was not the situation. Totally creeped out. I need an adult. This person should not be around children. Yeah. And somebody was mentioning, like you can get like a Game Boy, and it'll have like 200 games on it. It's like stuff like that. And I know these things exist. I've just never actually played with one. But somebody mentioned a raspberry, like the berry Pi, like Pi, like 3.14. Raspberry Pi 5, 16 gigabytes. It has to do with video games. That's all you need to know. I wrote it down. I mean to like look it up sometime. But yeah, so that's a thing. If you like handheld video games, I guess. I don't know if they're like say like Sega or Nintendo or what company games, but for the gamers. Yeah. And then so I already mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. Yeah, Monday, yesterday, that's when Frank mentioned the September meetup in New York. Dill, yeah, my son had a Game Boy in the 90s. Sweet. Have you seen that Game Boy that survived? It's I want to say the war in Iraq. It like survived a grenade or some kind of an explosion. It still plays, but like the back is so melted, like the game is melted in the back there. I don't think you can open up the battery pack, but well, the battery still worked. It could still play. The Game Boy was tough. I mean, like it's shoot, you chuck a Game Boy at somebody, they're gonna have a hard time, man. Each app Google searching has changed a high majority of the times. It's artificial intelligence information gathering nowadays. Never read the synopsis when you like look up something that's AI. Don't read that. Why read it if nobody had the time to write it? Like go to an actual website and like look up the information. So I wonder what it is going to be for that meetup. I wonder if it's just going to be like is it like a first come first serve? Do people have to say uh, go to a website and register, and then people are just going to be like drawn randomly? is it's because again, it's not just a free for all. It's not like 102,000 people from YouTube can show up at a place in New York and and nothing's gonna happen. So that's not gonna be what it is. BHF sounds like they're risking an electric shock using the electronic gadget, though. Yeah, gotta have your games. Gotta have your take your mind off of the murder, I guess. It's all hot and sandy, but hold on, Tetris. You don't know the power. Like you've played Tetris before. I miss my old burner phone because it had Tetris on it and had such a high score. But then I think like the charging cable broke and I could. God, that was so much fucking fun. But I just wonder because as far as September goes, I know Frank's daughter's birthday's in September, so I doubt he's gonna want to be hanging out with a bunch of strangers in the middle of the month. So I this is just pure speculation. But let me pull up September. That's almost next year. I mean, like the new year is in October. Holy shit! I'm glad he's doing it this year. So yeah, like so maybe not the middle of September when his daughter's birthday is. That is on a Sunday though. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other time in September. I don't know when, where. I don't know if he's gonna do it on the weekend, if he's gonna do it in the middle of the week and miss episodes of Quite Frankly, then I would be on. It's just all up in the air. So, and he better give us a shit ton of information on that Friday when he does announce it. Not just don't. It I don't like this. It makes me feel uncomfortable because when we found out that the show was only going to go down to it was going to go down to 1 hour on YouTube. That was on a Thursday because there was not going to be a Friday show that week. We already knew that, and that was also the same day we found out Flat Albert died. So I'm nervous about finding out, even though it's probably going to be good things. I know what it's going to be. It's probably watch it be terrible. Watch it be something that people have to pay to get into, like a Jay Gulanello retreat. I don't know if he would do that. I really don't. I don't. I just know that it's something that I would not be able to get to. So I was bummed out on April 28th. Great. And it also took the wind out of my sails, any wind that was in my sails, about a meetup that, like something we could do in Ohio. Because if we start talking about that, people will just assume we're talking about the New York meetup. And then, like, wires will get crossed, and then folks would just not show up to the Ohio one. But more than that, I don't know how to arrange a meetup. I think you would need some kind of draw to get people to show up, and I don't. While I do know some people I consider celebrities, nobody's gonna like show up in Ohio for me, so I don't know how to. I don't have a way to make people congregate in a place that is not online. So, any thoughts I had about that are gone. Oh, I'll get over it. It's still pretty recent. I'm not happy about it. I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy for the people who do get to go. Want to go to Raspberry Pi is my tiny, powerful $35 computer. That's not bad. Has all the features: Wi-Fi, HDMI, and USB, and ample processing power, and RAM for all of your day to play or work use. Holy shit. Dude, I gotta look one of those up. B-Chap, I only got to do one April Fool's morning pranking joke this year. I was surprised I had a good April 1st this year rather than last year. That was nice. Yeah, that was before my knee fucked up too. That was really nice. Now the week coming, or the rest of the week, I should say, it's just a regular week. I mean, Frank does announce his guests and all that stuff. I never write that down. I can't remember that stuff. But what I did want to say was coming up in May, I know I did mention before how Frank did say he's off May the 20th through the 23rd. But then I checked, quite frankly, TV again, and that's been updated. He's off from the 20th, May 20th, until May 26th, the following Monday for Memorial Day. So that's me. I'll be live May 20th through the 24th because that's a Friday. And then again that Monday. So we will be seeing a lot of each other at the end of May. That's cool. It's was it like that last year? I know I did the week, but did I do it was like that last year too, yeah, because we had yeah, we did the whole week and then it was off on the Monday for Memorial Day. So yeah, so we did this last year. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. So yeah, we will have all that time together in May. A little bit less than a month from now. So we'll have that coming up. Just regular Frankly stuff. Oh, is there something else? I did want to mention this about Lady Gaga. Oh God, I shouldn't. I didn't look up anything. Like I don't want to hear any excuses for Mayhem. Just it should stand on its own. I don't care why a song was written, who wrote it, any like the behind the scenes reasoning for it. Don't care. But what happened was when I was looking up the information about those little promo tours before the actual Mayhem Ball starts, it mentioned how in Mexico City she sang the song Blade of Grass live for the first time. That's the song that I mentioned where her voice has never sounded worse. I don't know what's going on. I've always liked her voice. What happened that day to make, and she's singing that way on purpose. Purpose. Like I could listen to it 3 times in a row. That's it. It just hurt my ears too bad. Her voice sounds horrible in it, and it's lyrically not very strong. And it kind of make me think, like, hopefully this never happens to you. Like, hopefully this doesn't happen to anybody with this song, but your significant other comes to you and they're crying and emotional. Oh, I heard this song. It describes us exactly, honey. Let me play it for you. And then you play Blade of Grass, and then you have to wonder what the fuck is wrong with that person to like that song that much. I didn't know this, but apparently she wrote that lackluster song for her fiance, who she's been engaged to for something like 4 years, and he still won't marry her ass. So I like it even less now. Like, oh, you wrote this on purpose at somebody. I would have broken up. Like, no, this is what you think of me. That this is the best you can do when you're thinking of us. Let's just be friends. It's not the worst song. It's just the hardest one to listen to. And then I got that backstory, and it's like, no, because anytime I listen to it from then on, I'm just going to be thinking about that fag that she's engaged to. So, like, no, it's just, I can't. It's too, it's like a meme. It's, no. I was going to make fun of the lyrics the first time I brought it up, and I didn't. Dale, I'm talking about Lady Gaga and one of her uh, she has a song on Mayhem called Blade of Grass. If you listen to it, I'm sorry. It's not the worst song on the album. She just sounds horrible in it. She wrote it for her fiance, who, again, they've been together since like 2020 or 2021. Still won't marry her. Yeah, you guys are so in love. And lyrically, it is quite lame. It's like something that you might hear on a kids show back in the 80s. Like lyrically, it's not very strong. It totally you like your vibe and try to groove to the album. It throws everything off kilter. I no, I'm not listening to that again. I had to get rid of it. But what happens now? She was doing press for the album like right before it came out, and there's still people shouting for Art Pop Act 2. When Art Pop came out, it did not do as well as everybody thought. Her manager straight up dumped her ass. Record label was not happy with her. So Art Pop Volume Act 2 just never came to be. The product is out there, the songs are out there, they're maybe not finished, but they do exist. People are still asking for that, and it's been 12 years. And she gave her excuse like, oh, I would have to get in the right headspace, blah, 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 excuse, excuse, excuse. Well, honey, get there, because the reason why people are asking for Art Pop Act 2 is because you have not done anything as good as Art Pop in 12 years. I don't think she can wrap her head around that. That's why she's not doing it, because if she stops and gives us what we want, she's going to have to admit to herself that she has not been up to snuff for over a decade, and I don't think her ego can handle that hit. But it's true. All of these little monsters, millions of people are focused on that. And she's just, oh, well, I can't. Well, you couldn't be bothered to put together one single album this year. So why don't you just do one thing for the fans that you know we're going to enjoy, and then you can fuck off with your man who won't marry you because he's gay. And then you can keep getting your face cut open with your Kylo Ren top lip and your bottom lip like mine and your wrinkles under your eyes because your cheekbones are out to here. No. Just like nobody wants to admit they've fallen off. I understand anybody would be mad, but that's all you're going to hear about. She can cut albums for another 20 years and people are still going to be wanting volume 2 of Art Pop, because if this is as good as she can do after 12 years, but we're on the decline. If you can't, like, there's excellent stuff on Mayhem. There's stuff on there that I wish I never heard. It's just you cannot have that kind of a clusterfuck of an album and then just do something like, you're not going to have another the fame monster, Born This Way. Like, your highs are in the past. The best you can do is revisit it, because your new stuff, it's too spotty. And like, I don't know what this album is doing, because yes, Little Monsters will air quote support it. Drink. That's why Joanne did so good. It's not that it's a good album. No, she's a little too out there for me, but I did like A Star Is Born. She just has just a little bit too many yes men around her, and she's a little bit too big for her britches, literally. She's let herself go weight wise. She's not that's not the same. Watch Born This Way. Well, watch her dancing around to Born This Way, and watch anything that came after. That's not the same size. Lisa, speaking of lyrics, hubby destroys them on purpose. It is the dawning of the age of my hairy ass. Oh, sometimes it's fun to change lyrics. I run the risk of learning it wrong, so I have to be careful. But sometimes that is funny if you don't mess up your memory with it. Oh, and then I'll talk about the Monday show, and I talk about the whole rest of the week next time. So yeah, it's I'm glad I still had that energy drink sitting around. Did I miss anything last week? It's throwing me off doing a Tuesday show and then more week, and just like with my the way time sits in my head, it throws me off even more. So we'll see. Quite frankly, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to check out the poll for the film for us to watch for next month. I'll drop that in the chat room. I should have that link somewhere. Oh, post. That's got to be it, right? It is. Okay. Yeah, so it is Lifted from 2010, Capricorn 1 from 1977, Jabberwocky from 1977, or A Night at the Opera from 1935. And this will stay up until Saturday. I mean, I say 7 p.m., but yeah, we probably, push it back till about 8 o'clock during that show to let everybody get a vote in. And then, it kind of does like one of those is on like YouTube and Pluto TV, and then I want to say the rest are on. I usually look at Tubi first, and then if I can't find it there, I check YouTube and Pluto TV. So that's kind of why that comes up a lot. Also, I'll be reviewing Dark Shadows, which you can watch on Tubi. It's broken into two parts though. You've got the first year, which is Dark Shadows, the beginning. That goes to episode 209, and then you can watch 210 until the end in Dark Shadows, no subtitle. They also have it broken down into seasons, which I don't know if that's how it went at the time, but if you go to look up episodes on the Dark Shadows Wikipedia, don't go by seasons, go by the episode number. That's how you can find information. And I'm so far behind on that. I got nothing really done on Sunday. No, nothing done on Sunday. Didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. It's just been that bad. Can't put weight on my knee. But let's see what it's like when that gets worked on tomorrow. And I'll do the caffeine thing, so maybe I can be, more awake without the sucralose for Saturday. That's right. So again, if you're in the New York area, I don't know what your travel situation is like, but like slowly start to get hype for it. There's gonna be something, frankincense, something keto brain. So maybe he's gonna have coffee there. Dill, I watched Dark Shadows after school when I was a kid. Nice. Okay, Lisa Gray said I just opted for Jabberwocky and it canceled and did Night at the Opera. Okay, I gotcha. You can also put in the comments what you voted for on that poll, and just in case. But I'm gonna write that down too. The polls are it's been so weird the last couple of times. I think I'm gonna just take, I believe it was Jenna's idea to just make a video saying what the options are, since this never comes down anymore, because how the hell is it going to get ironed if I can't stand on my leg? So that's just there. It gets moved to the chair when it's a laundry dryer. And Pete, Rainbow Warrior, glad you made it. So that's just always up, so it's always ready to film. So I'll probably do that for the next time, just have a video vote. But that so far this is working. It is kind of new. It's throwing off my sense of time. What day of the week is it? Tuesday? Yeah. Pete, yeah, there's ghosts in your machine, Lisa. It's YouTube just been acting a little bit wonky the last week or two. I don't know if their app. Dill, all what happened to my knee was it is my taller leg. I can't put my weight on my right side because I blew up my back in 2018. So when I stand, all of my weight is on my left knee. That's why I'm so on about having my weight down. But one night I fell asleep and I just did not have the pillow between my knees just right. Must have just been twisted just the right way. And I got up the next day and that was fine. And I had to get in the shower right away. And I got out, and I can't wear shoes in the shower, but I'm like, why is my knee still aching? Why is this happening all day? And it was a Friday, and then by about 5 days later, that's when I couldn't take it anymore. Because I can't stand on my right side, so I get double the pain. I get pain all the way across my back. I get this knee hurting. I don't know if this knee is going to get out. It can't support all of my weight. I'm wildly overweight. I'm 105 pounds, which is again correct. Like it's the lowest end for my height and weight to be what they consider healthy, but I'm on camera and I have a bad knee, so I'm automatically 10 pounds overweight. Why can't I not lose weight? I just it's like it keeps running in a circle, that it just spiraling down. It's terrible. But the only break from it, I mean, I do get to go to, quite frankly, and turn on the heating pad, so that's underneath my knees when I'm at the show, so that gets like a little bit of help. So we'll see. I've got to get it together with my weight, and I need to be more awake. Like the blood flow is gonna help if you are in pain and you can't take any pain pills, like if you can't get your hands on anything, even Tylenol, caffeine, because blood heals, get the blood moving. It's not the same thing. You will notice a difference. So yeah, and I'm a Capricorn, so we have bad knees. I don't like kneel down a lot for stuff because I have bad knees. So I know not to do that, and it feels like everything I've done for 14 months has been for nothing. So I feel super accomplished. Not in real life. When I get online, everything's awesome. And I'm glad you guys had a couple extra hours to spend on a day that's not Saturday. So yeah, we'll get back to quite frankly and find out if I'm not sure if how this works. I never thought of this before because we all get strippers for our birthday. I wonder how that works for Frank's wife. Has she been in the chat room before? Does she have a YouTube account? Maybe she didn't get strippers. I don't know. We'll find out. If Mark Swan went to their house, we'll know. Lisa Gray, gotta fetch more wood from the shed in the blustery wind. Good to hang out with you, Nikki and gang. Have a great evening. Yeah, you too. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Stay warm if it's cold, but stay cool if it's slightly humid like it is here. Eat if you can. Get some sleep. If do everything that I can't do, and it will even out. And we'll see each other at quite frankly again. Don't forget your pants. Smash the like button. Vote on the poll. We'll get that finished up for the weekend. Get some good sleep. Don't go to Coachella. I can talk about that next time. I didn't know what that was about, and I found out. I didn't go. I just watch some videos about it. Oh my god. But yeah, I love seeing you guys. Yeah, Jen Rogers, have a great night, everyone. Yeah, take it easy. Stay based, stay sexy, stay Franklies. Pete, have a great night. Yeah, you too. I believe that's everything. Oh yeah, but if you do like Gray Still Plays, this is a Gray Still Plays Not Today's Satan shirt. Link in the description. Not affiliated. Just love everything that guy does. Dill, thanks, Nikki. Later, everyone. I want to go to. This was fun. Thank you so much, Nikki. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for the phone calls. Thanks for the likes and the votes. And I can't end my show because I can't get to the button. We're trapped. Got a soft lock here. All right, there we go. Yeah, I love seeing you guys. Everybody, take it easy. Until next time.